Next up is the Guy Tang Mydentity Magnum 8 Powder Lightener, and this one retails for $44.29 for a 28.2 ounce bag. The Magnum 8 Powder Lightener is a dust-free violet lightener that provides up to 8 levels of lift in a single application. Now, the interesting thing about this lightener is that you can intermix it with the Guy Tang Big 9 Cream Lightener, so you can get a hybrid type of consistency. So I think that's really interesting. Some key features and benefits is that it's fast acting on and off scalp. It's going to give you maximum control, and it has superior conditioning during the lifting process. Now, I've actually never used this lightener before, but tons of hairstylists swear by this lightener. They love it. So let's go ahead and see what all the hype is about. I will say I like these little pouchy type of containers. So far, I don't really see too much dust factor going on, which is nice when I first opened it. It does have that light violet tone, kind of similar to the Joico Verilight. And now I'm starting to get this fragrance, which it's kind of like clean. So there is a little scoopy scoop. There is a little insert to tell you how to use it. It just gets messy. Like, I don't want to touch this, you know? Ooh, it kind of feels really, really fine. So a little bit different than the other one. Now I do see a little bit of dust, but nothing overwhelming. So the best way to mix this up is at a 1-to-1 or up to 1-to-3, both for on and off scalp. But if you're going to do on scalp, you're going to do 10 through 20 volume. And then for off scalp, you can do 30 through 40 volume. So for today, we're going to do a 1-to-2 with 20 volume developer. Like I said, it's kind of a very similar consistency to the Joico Verilight. It's almost like a little bit of a powdered sugar, but like a granule powdered sugar, if that makes sense. Not as fluffy and light. Well, this just kind of smells neutral clean. So far this is feeling really creamy, which is nice, but we'll see if it kind of thickens up and gives me the viscosity that I like. So this did pretty well. I do see a few little, very few, like maybe 3% little rockies in here, but they are dissolving pretty quickly. I don't know if I'm really loving the 1-to-2, but I chose that to be kind of middle ground. So again, I don't know if this just needs a second to kind of thicken up. So let me go ahead and get set up for the application. So the processing time for this is 20 to 45 minutes, and it does not require any heat. I don't even know if I can do the brush test because it is a little on the thin side as far as the viscosity. So I definitely would not use this mixing ratio for on scalp. Now you can't quite see it, but it is a little, it's moving a little bit. I could kind of see how adding the cream lightener to this would probably be a good thing and a consistency I would really probably like. So I'm really curious to try that. But so far I'm kind of feeling like this is going to give me really nice saturation and penetration of the product into the hair. So there's probably a little less effort to work it in. All right, so let's go ahead and let this baby cook room temperature. So it's been 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a peeky peek. Don't really feel any swelling, which is nice. I'm really excited to see this one because a lot of you said, why didn't I try? Like, that was probably like the #1 comment. I like it. I like it. It's not as light as I thought it was going to be, but I do think that this feels really nice. I can feel the silkiness. I like that there's lots of options with this lightener, but I love that you can intermix this with the Big 9. So I'm almost wondering what this would look like if we incorporated that. But so far I'm liking how this feels. Let's go ahead and wash it out. Now that this is done processing and seeing it side by side, I don't really think that it did too well. It didn't get quite enough levels of lift. Now this was another one that was up to 8 levels of lift. I'm almost curious how this would do next to the Big 9 or intermixed with it, if that would like bump it up a little bit. But let's go ahead and put this side by side with the level finder. So this has a lot of orange pigment, and I'm gonna say that this is definitely at a 7, might be like a 7.25 at most. I just don't think that it quite gave me enough lift that I would like because those orange pigments makes it really difficult to tone. But looking at this side by side, I do feel like we got a really good lift. It lifted pretty even. Now, as far as integrity goes, I can definitely say like it feels really, really nice. I can feel the hydration out of this, so I can see why this is a favorite. I'm just kind of surprised that a lot of people told me that this was one of the best lighteners that they used as far as lift. but I definitely think that there's others out there that can have a little bit stronger and higher level of lift. Now, again, going back to that developer choice, you definitely can tweak it and learn the rules before you break them, but I think I would skip on this. If you like this video and want to watch another one, click here. And if you want to watch the full video, click here. And for more education, head on over to morellaminelli.com or hairbnbuniversity.com.